Well, divorce is not easy for anyone, especially children, and when that divorce involves a custody battle, children are sometimes put in an even more difficult situation, something nobody wants, especially during the holiday season.
Our next guest knows all too well how divorce proceedings affect families, but he also knows how to navigate through the custody process smoothly. Dean Betts of the Betts Law Firm in Georgetown is with us this afternoon. Appreciate you coming in, Dean.
Thanks for having me.
One of the first things that comes up is custody, and we think, okay, this is where the kid's going to stay. But custody actually involves more than just that, doesn't it?
That's right, Jim. Custody involves decision-making authority with regard to your children. Where your child goes to school, what religion your child's brought up in, what medical care you're going to have the child receive, what activities the child's going to be involved with. These are custodial decisions that we as parents make for our children every day.
And joint custody is a little bit different than that.
Well, unless the court says otherwise, the parents are the natural joint custodians of their children. So that means that they have equal rights and equal responsibilities with regard to decision making about their kids. In some cases, the court will award what's called sole custody, which is where only one of the parents has the final authority to make those decisions for their children.
Okay, so custody is more than just where the child's primary residence is. That is more placement, right?
That's right. Placement is the next issue that comes up in these disputes, which is what contact each parent is going to have with their children. So if the parents have shared placement and share equal time with the children would be one possibility, or one parent could be the primary placement parent with the other parent perhaps having visitation on every other weekend or a few nights a week.
So placement is residence?
That's correct.
That's where they stay, that's where they live?
That's where they live.
Okay.
And the contact that they have with their other parent.
Now, what if the parents can't agree on this schedule?
The family court in Delaware has a set of standard contact guidelines that they will utilize in most cases. Those guidelines are based primarily on the child's age. If the child is very young, birth to 18 months, typically one parent will have primary placement of the children, and the other parent would have contact with the children on every other weekend from Friday to Sunday, and then 2 weeknights for at least 3 hours under the guidelines.
And that's birth to 18 months?
Birth to 18 months. Once the child reaches the age of 18 months to 5 years, the guidelines call for, again, every other weekend, but now from Friday until Monday morning, and they expand the midweek visits to 2 overnight midweek visits per week.
What about past 5?
And then 5 years and up, the guidelines call for equal time with each parent. So the parents would have either week on, week off, or some other schedule that they could come up with on their own.
And these are specifically Delaware, the guidelines that you were just talking
That's
about?
correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Now, when we get into the holidays, I imagine it gets a little more complicated. Are there holiday schedules, guidelines for the holidays?
There are guidelines for the holidays. The court basically will alternate major holidays between the parents each year. So one parent will have one set of holidays in even-numbered years and another set of holidays in odd-numbered years. And then that schedule will flip-flop the following year.
And we always say, when we think of holidays, we think of Christmas, Easter, but there's other holidays in there. 4th of July, Labor Day, Memorial Day.
Halloween, Labor Day, Memorial Day. There's quite a few holidays that the court considers important.
And it really gets even more specific as far as what time they're actually spending, time of day.
For Christmas, for example, the guidelines call for one parent 1 year to have from Christmas Eve at 6 until Christmas Day at noon, and then the following year from Christmas Day at noon until 6 p.m. the following day, and then again that schedule would flip-flop the following year if the parents couldn't agree on a different schedule.
And if they can, that's a great thing to have happen. Dean Betts, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Some really important information to remember.
Very important.
Now, if you'd like more information about custody arrangements from the Betts Law Firm, you can just go to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the Show tab.
Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, it's all in the family for one business here on Delmarva. You know them for their flooring, but do you know the story of how they came about? How an unexpected deal helped bring Value Carpet One to life.
Why, funny you should mention deals, because we've got one for you. A little bit later on, we're going to announce today's winner in our Holiday Guide gift card giveaway. and you're going to find out how easy it is to win.
Well, the holidays wouldn't be complete without some fantastic food. We're in the kitchen with a couple of tasty ideas. Delmarva Life will be right back.